Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today I've got two things. We're going to do my monthly EDC update for August. It's September 2nd now, so I'm going to go back with most stuff I carried the most in August. But also at the end of it, I want to have some knives out here, some eye candy for you guys to look at. I'm going to give you a few updates on some stuff that's going on the channel. Two pretty big ones. I'm excited about both of them. And you just have to stick around and see at the end. This is not going to be a hugely long video. You're not going to have to watch for like 20 minutes, or you can just skip ahead a bit if you don't care about what I carry the most. But let's get to the knives first, because it gives you some eye candy to look at and instead of listen to me ramble. This is stuff I wanted to announce in the live video last night, but I was not feeling well last night. I did not do the live video. I apologize for that. I don't know. I ate something at the family gathering that I don't know what it was, but man, I did not feel good. Labor Day weekend, family. I hope you guys had a good Labor Day weekend, by the way. I did, up until I ate whatever it was I ate, and then I felt terrible. And today, I put myself at about 65%. Still don't feel that awesome. Not really sure what it is, but I did not feel good at all last night. So, stick around the end for the announcements of stuff that I wanted to announce last night. So, let's get going here. This is the same as always. It's just I'm going to do the top 5 that I carried the most for myself. These aren't things I carried for review. One has a bit of a caveat to that, because it was a challenge on Instagram, but I did not mind carrying it for the 7 days that I had to carry. A 7-day challenge thing. I loved carrying it. So that's the one I carried the most. But other ones, this is just stuff that I like. And got a couple updates on it, how they're doing too. So this also serves as a bit of a long-term update. But all right, I've rambled for 1 minute and 45 seconds, so let's get going. First up, a couple of conditional ones. So I always add 2 that are kind of conditional, usually like, secondary carries. By far my most popular secondary carry has been this Dragonfly 2 Wharncliffe from Spyderco. Fits in the 5th pocket great, and I just really love a Wharncliffe for usual EDC tasks, opening boxes, stuff like that. We've had a lot of stuff coming in box wise, because we ordered all my daughter's school supplies and stuff, which, wow, for a junior, man, she needed a whole lot of stuff. But super easy to open the boxes and everything with a Wharncliffe. I just like it. This is the perfect size for that. And it fits in my hand super well. Even though it's a Warnie, it's not super intimidating looking. It's probably about as intimidating looking as you can get for a knife this size, but it still doesn't really freak people out too much. It's just very comfortable in the hand, and I just really like it. I still think it's a bit overpriced. I'm not going to deny that. It's VG10 steel, and I know I've beaten this drum to death. I'm not a fan of Spyderco's VG10, but it's done all right. But even just being my secondary knife, I did have to touch it up once. So I just had to run it on the ceramic rods a couple times and strop it. But still, it did dull up a little bit. So, but it's just handy to have in that 5th pocket. Like yesterday, I used it to open like a big package of bacon and stuff, and I use it around, just kind of around the house sort of task. Maybe it was the bacon that made me sick. I don't think so. I did eat a lot of bacon though. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with me. But no, this is a great little 5th pocket knife. These things are awesome. Next up, this is a knife that never got carried the entire day, but got carried often in the evening when I had to go out and do shows or go out to other places, and I just wanted something really discreet. And I've shown this on the live shows, but I haven't done a full video on this particular one. This is the Sevilla McKenna in the Damascus version. I have done a video of the regular Sevilla McKenna, but this is the $85 Damascus one. I sold my older one and got this one because I just think it's really, really pretty. I just really like that Damascus. And I've heard, I can't confirm, I've heard that actual Sevilla themselves have not answered me, but that this is 9CR18 MOV based Damascus, which is fine with me. The standard one's D2, which probably is a bit better edge retention, but this stuff should be a lot easier to sharpen. I've not had to sharpen this yet, so I cannot attest to that, but it does look very, very pretty. This is not going to be in the most carried next month, because it's going to take a little vacation. I'm going to send it away to a company that I'm doing some stuff with, which, spoiler alert, you're going to hear some talk of that in the announcements that I have at the end. But Amplify EDC, great company, and they can do this really cool stuff with G10, where they can basically put almost any print on it that you want. So they sent me some samples of some stuff, and this is TRM neutron scale, but they do this faux wood, and I think it's really cool. And it was on this green, so I'm like, can you do it on black? And they're like, yep, absolutely. So it's gonna eventually look, I think that's a really cool color combo. Obviously this is the wrong scale facing the wrong way, but it's gonna get sent off to them for, I imagine, probably a couple weeks with the transit time and all that. So it probably won't make next month's most carried, but I think that's gonna look awesome. I don't usually modify knives, but I saw that and I thought, oh, my McKenna would look really, really cool like that. I'm gonna leave everything else black, I think. I'm just gonna do the scales that way. I'm on the fence about the backspacer. Comments down below what you think if I should do the backspacer in the faux wood too, but it's not the same finish, so it's not really gonna match. I think I'm just gonna leave it black, but yeah, pretty excited about that. Now let's get into the actual stuff that I carried the most. This first one, not only did I carry a lot, but I have a little update about that I'm really stoked about. So it kind of made me cancel one video though that I was planning on doing. If you guys saw my Spyderco collection update, you saw my Kapara. I said I love it. It's a fantastic knife, but it was horribly off center, and I had tried to fix it a couple times, couldn't really do it. I was getting ready to package it up to send to Spyderco, and I actually was going to include it. This one may go back to Spyderco because my pair of 3 lightweights off center too. They were both off center, and I thought I'm gonna send them both back to Spyderco and cover that. I've done that before. I did it like a year ago with a couple other knives. There was one to Spyderco, and I don't remember who the other one went to, CRKT, and I just said how the warranty process went. It went great with both of them, by the way. They just replaced both the knives, so it was fine. But I thought, no, before I do it, I'm going to take one more shot, because I really didn't want this to be away that long. Because I think my Mannix 2 backlock, it was gone for 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't want to deal with that, and I took one more shot at it. I got it. It's not 100% perfect, but it's good now. It's very good now, and this is so drop shutty. I guess I was kind of hoping maybe I get one of the new CQI versions. This is one of the very first ones. And I guess in the new ones, they've made an effort to make it more drop shutty and stuff. Mine's always been just this drop shutty since the day I got it. So, but eventually over time it went off center. What I did is I swapped the bushings from side to side. And that might have been me. I'm going to hold on to it for another month or so and see if it goes off center again. If maybe the bushings are wearing weird or something. But I don't think that was it. I think I probably just, when I tore it apart, I probably swapped the bushings over. And the tolerances were as such that, it didn't like that. That's entirely possible that this was all me. But I'm going to hold on to it for a month and figure it out and see what was up with that. But right now, it's centered up plenty good enough for me. And you can see it's just barely to the clip side. Barely. And the action on it is better than ever. And I've been carrying this a whole lot, even before I fixed it. But even when it was off center, it wasn't touching anything. So I still like it enough that even being off center, I still carried it all the time. This has just been in my pocket a whole lot. I love the Kapara. One of the best things Spyderco makes. It's just freaking great. I just really do like it. Next up, I would say it is, we're just going to use no particular order other than my most carried. We have the ERM Adam. I always love this knife. I think this might have been in there last month too. I can't remember. Just been carrying it a whole ton. It's just really nice. I am probably going to get different scales for it. They've showed some contoured milled, fancy pants scales. I'm not going to get the carbon ones because I've already got these flatter carbon ones. They're still kind of contoured, but I've already got these flatter carbon ones. But they showed some titanium ones. I might try the titanium on it. I'm kind of on the fence because it's going to change the whole personality of the knife. One of the reasons why this is getting carried so much in August because it's hot, and this is light, and I'm wearing lightweight clothes, and it works really well. So I put the titanium on it. It's definitely, unquestionably going to be heavier. I don't know how much heavier, but I'm sure it's going to be significantly heavier. So I'm not really sure, but I just kind of want to try them. Yeah, I've got also, I should have had them out here. I don't, though. I put them away. Amplify EDC sent me some really cool custom scales, also with Slicey Dicey logo and stuff on them. but they're the G10, and it was kind of just a sample to show what they could do, and they look cool, but it's not something I'm going to use every single day. So I went back to the carbon, but yeah, I do really like these the carbon scales and this whole knife. Super slicey, just great. Love the Adam. You guys asked last time, why is the Skaha not on there? It's like one of the #1 questions I got. It did make the list. Barely, I will say barely. This is, of all the knives that are on here, this is the one I carried the least, but I still do grab every now and then. The Skaha did make it this time. Again, it's hot out. It's really lightweight. That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the things I like the most about the Skaha, especially in this carbon fiber version, and the action, of course. But it's also just a great S35 VN blade in a really good size that weighs nothing. And that's part of the reason why it gets carried so much. And it's got a wire clip, which I like. I like the wire clips. Not deep carry, but it's a loop over, but I don't think you can call that deep carry. But I've had zero problems with this knife. It's been fantastic. I've had nothing ever go wrong with it. It's always just been bulletproof. I tore it apart when I first got it and lubed it up, and I don't think I've torn it apart again since then. It's always just been completely fine. Very well made, very cool knife. And next up we have, well, it's in my pocket now conveniently, so I can pull it out. It's another Spyderco, because I just got it. Not just got it, but I got it this past month. This is the Spyderco Mannix 2 Crew Wear with the Smooth G10 from Knife Center. They're exclusive. I did modify it and put these Flytanium ball bearing cages on it, which I think make it look so much better and just feel more expensive and more quality than the plastic ones that it comes with. And all Mannix 2s come with that. Even the super expensive, sprint runs still come with those plastic ball bearing cages. These titanium ones are just so much nicer. Do that, Spyderco. Do them in stainless steel. I don't care. Just the plastic's got to go. But I love the Mannix 2. I've said before, I think I kind of like it better than the PM2. It's just, I have really long fingers and it just fits my hand so much better, especially choked up like this. It's so comfortable. And this has been this month almost kind of, I'm not going to call it my beater, but it's been days when I have to do stuff, when I know I'm going to be cutting acres of cardboard, building bike boxes or something. This is what I grab because it's so comfortable in the hand. That Crew Wear holds an edge a very long time. And it's just, I just love it. I just really do. I did put a deep carry clip on it too. This is an MXG gear clip. I'm not sold on this clip. I thought this clip was longer. Not their fault, my fault. I didn't read the stats. I might put a KC Lynch or a longer MXG gear on it. It works fine. I've had no problems with it. Just aesthetically on a knife this big, I wouldn't mind if it was, down to here, but that's just a weird, stupid thing of mine. The Mannix 2 actually don't even mind with the stock clip because this is such a big knife. I don't care if it sticks out of my pocket a little bit. And like I said, I'm usually using it for work stuff, so I don't mind a little bit sticking out of the pocket. I could even see in the winter carrying this with the standard clip because I'll be wearing gloves and I'll just want something to grab a hold of, to pull it out of my pocket. Crew Wear, I don't worry about. As people say it's not stainless. It isn't stainless technically, but all you gotta do is, I always show this stuff all the time. They don't give me any money. They don't know anything about it, about me, but Aegis EDCI formula, spray that a bit on there, wipe it off, do that every 3 months, and it's always been fine. I've never had a Crew Wear knife rust because I've always used that stuff. Now, lastly, my most carried knife of August of this year of our Lord 2019 is definitely the Hinderer Eclipse 3-inch. Why is that? Well, also, first of all, I like it. USA Made Blade loaned it to me. They never care if you actually use a knife, so I didn't worry about that. And I did this one knife for 7 days challenge on the Instagrams, and this was the one I chose. So for 7 days straight, this is all I carried. Other than I always had my Spyderco in my pocket too, but the Dragonfly. But it's just a really good knife. It's really comfortable. It's really solidly built. A little pricey, but $375, something like that. But I will say, I'm not keeping it. I'm gonna get another one, but this one I'm not keeping. I'm sending it back to USA Blade. I want black scales, and then they do a bronze. anodization for free. I kind of want that. And honestly, I may wait even longer than that. I already have a Spanto in my, the Hinderer Spanto blade in my half track. So I kind of want to wait and see if they do more blade shapes with this Eclipse. I don't know if they will, because I don't think they did any of the different blade shapes in the Eclipse 3.5. So hoping they do. If I hear they're not, I'll just get another one of these in the black. But if I hear that they are, I'll wait till that comes out. I have nothing against the Spanto. I like the Spanto. I just already got one. So what are the two announcements I wanted to make? Well, first of all, I'm coming up on 10,000. So that's exciting. That's very good. I've got some cool giveaways coming up. I think I've already told you a lot of them. The real highlight so far, although I think I've got some more stuff coming, but the real highlight so far is USA Made Blade donated this this very nice Southern Grind Spider Monkey and their exclusive red G10. That's going to be in probably the grand prize package, and also at 10,000 though. Here's something that happens with the YouTubes. I'm going to put a link to down below. You can go buy this stuff now. The store's already up, but I don't have it fully populated yet. But there's a few little things in there. Teespring, which is a great service to go and buy t-shirts. You can put your logos on them. I told you there'd be eye candy to look at, so I guess I should give you some, huh? I took them all off. So I've designed a couple t-shirts and hoodies and stuff, and I think maybe a hat. I can't remember all the stuff I put on the Teespring, but at 10,000, that will be linked right down below the videos. You can just embed that. It's right, not on the video screen, it's down there. You can just click and go buy stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm also going to be trying to sell some other stuff, which we haven't figured out exactly how we're going to do it. My wife knows how to do all that. We do it for my other site, so we'll probably set up another store for that. But all the t-shirts and stuff will just be through Teespring at the videos down below. But the first thing we're going to try and sell, I've talked to Amplify EDC. They sent me this really nice Opinel number 7 purple with a Slicey Dicey logo. I would love them to be exactly like this, and I hope that's what it's going to be. But I guess the purple is pretty limited. So it also came with a leather lanyard that I took off. But that might not happen. They might wind up being the wood, which is another number 7 with the wood. It's black on that side. And we'll put a longer version of the Slicey Dicey logo on here to get as much purple on there as we possibly can, because purple is the site color. So we'll figure that out whenever we hear back from Opinel, how many of these I have to buy to get them to make more of them. We'll see what it is. If it's 50, I'll probably do it. If it's 500, I'm probably not going to do it. But I would like to have it look just like this. But if I can't, it's going to be the wood, which leads to a question. Please comment down below. If I have to go wood route, then would you rather have the carbon blade or the stainless? If it's the purple, it's going to be the stainless. But the wood one, I might have a choice of either carbon steel or stainless steel. I like the carbon steel because you can do this to it. I force patinaed this. It was super easy. And I could even do that to the ones that I sell. It took 20 minutes or something like that to get it to look like this. And I think it looks really great. So I could offer it in plain or distressed or whatever. We'll see. But I do want to sell Opinels with my name on them. I like Opinels. It is going to be a number 7. Don't bother at saying I want a number 8. I want a number whatever. Number 7 means a lot to me. This is the kind of knife that my grandfather carried all the time, and I didn't wind up with it, and that kind of pissed me off. But we don't know what happened to it. But my grandfather always carried one of these. I think it's the best size of the Opinel. Everybody talks about the number 8, but I think the number 7 is definitely the most convenient size. So they will be number 7s, because I'm not going to be a knife retailer. I just want souvenir kind of knives that I can sell to you guys. So let me know, carbon or stainless, if I have to go that route. I still hope it's just going to be the purple stainless, but we will see. And lastly, one more thing. You guys keep asking when the podcast is coming back. Well, good news, bad news. Bad news, it's not. Good news, I'm doing another one. So with Metal Complex, if you guys have not checked out his channel, it's great. Metal Complex and I get along really, really well. I think our styles complement each other quite a bit. It's just going to be the two of us and interviews. And that is going to be the main focus of the podcast, where there are other knife podcasts, Knife Nuts, all those guys. They do great, like, more long form podcasts where they talk about the news of the week, what they're carrying, what they have coming in. We're going to do a little bit of that, but it's mostly going to be just interviews. I really like interviewing people. I do that for comedy stuff, for the comedy podcast that I'm on, and I really enjoy researching people, interviewing people, and I want to get interviews with knife makers. And I'm not going to say not talk about knives. Obviously, we want to talk about the knives. That's why you tuned in. But I also want to get to know them. I want to do more their background, how they got where they are, that kind of stuff. I want you to finish listening to the podcast and feel like you really have a feel of what that guy's about. So that's going to be coming up. We already have a name. I've already reserved it and all that stuff, so don't try and go steal it. But honestly, all we're waiting on is this app that I'm going to use to upload it to get fixed. Right now, the app is broken, and they know it's broken, and they said it's not my fault. But the name of it is going to be All Out of Band-Aids, which I find amusing. I hope you guys find amusing, but I'll announce it for sure. There'll be a YouTube channel where you guys can watch it, and it'll be available on your iTunes and all your Podomatic and all that stuff everywhere, your Spotify's and all that. But look for, and hopefully less than a couple weeks, All Out of Band-Aids, and that will be with myself and Metal Complex and whoever our guest is that week, which I don't think will be hard to find guests. We'll be reviewing knife makers, other YouTubers, just knife-related people. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So collectors, maybe even guys who have really awesome collections, sit down, talk to them. That'd be fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this and look forward to the stuff that's coming up. It's a little longer than I intended. I apologize about that. But I've been Brian. Have a good one.